Hello everyone. I guess it's been over a week since I've posted, so I figured I should post something. Plus, I guess I have a little, the major update is not really medically associated, but whatevs. So I went through my first round of chemo here in Austin, which went well. It was a new recipe, but everything went off without a hitch. Didn't really have any reactions to it, so sailed right through that. I noticed last time in my video I didn't talk about like my phantom pain, and that's mostly because I'm not experiencing it. The phantom sensations that I get right now are a tense hand. That's pretty much what I have, and I'm pretty sure that's going to go away once these muscles over here are relaxed a bit and can be massaged. And I can touch all of this, I can massage all of this, but it's still really, really tense. So I'm actually going to make an appointment with a masseuse this week to see if I can get them, maybe they can massage it better than I can, I don't know. But that's pretty much it as far as the phantom sensations are concerned. And I think the reason why I'm not having phantom sensations, which I kind of alluded to that in one of the videos, is I had a lot of time to prepare for my arm to be gone. I found out, about possibly losing my arm like 2 years ago. And I was not able to use the arm for at least 10 months before I actually had the surgery. I couldn't use the arm, I couldn't use the hand. And most people think that, not using an arm, isn't that big of a deal. Not using an arm isn't that big of a deal. It's the hand. Oh my God. It's the hand. You need you don't necessarily need your hand, but your hand is a very, very, very useful tool. When you don't have to, you notice that very quickly. Extremely quickly. I can't stress that enough. Extremely quickly. I try to, let people know that, I lose stabilization. That's kind of a blanket term, and I don't think anybody ever really relates to the concept until they can't use their hand. But I mean, you use stabilization for almost everything, opening jars, putting, one of the things that I'm doing right now is working with a friend and she creates, headdresses and stuff. So we have a mannequin head. Putting something on a mannequin head with one hand is not easy. You need to stabilize the head with something before you can put something else on. Otherwise, it's just knocking around everywhere. So imagine that with anything else. I mean, cooking, just everything in your life that you use two hands for, which nobody ever pays attention to because you have two hands. Anyway, enough on that rant. I wasn't able to use the arm for 10 months before I had it cut off, or the hand. So I had to learn how to use a lot of things, or do a lot of things one-handed. But not only did I have to do a lot of things one-handed, I had to do a lot of things one-handed while my arm was in the way. I literally had to move it out of the way since it was paralyzed, and I had to only do certain positions because otherwise it would knock into the counter or something like that. So I had to be super conscious of this arm that needed this only hand that I have to move it somewhere at all times. And then I also had to use the same hand to do whatever I was trying to do. So I learned how to be one-handed, one-armed, or a lot about being one-armed before I got, for a long time before I got my arm actually cut off. And the only thing that I've noticed is that I've gotten faster because now I don't have this in the way and don't have to constantly move it. So there's that. So I think that played a large role in me accepting the fact that I was not going to have an arm, and I was going to be living life one-handed. So I think my phantom pains pretty much went away because I was mentally prepared. I was very mentally prepared. I also looked at images of the surgery afterwards on other people, so I knew what it was going to look like. I listened to a lot of videos of other people describing phantom pains, how to do things one-handed. I did everything that I could to prepare myself mentally that this change was going to happen. So I think that that is the reason why I don't have phantom pains, and I'm except for the tense hand, and I'm working to try to get rid of that. If I don't get rid of that, believe me, I can live with it, because after watching all of the videos of everybody else's experiences with phantom pains, I am well ahead of the curve, and I am so thankful for that. I can't stress that enough. I am super thankful for the life that I'm having right now, because I have not had a whole bunch of complications, and I know everyone else that usually goes through the things that I go through have a lot of complications. So there's that. So the last tidbit that I wanted to put in on this video was, since I'm going to be posting this video on Facebook, I do want to let everybody know that I'm going to be leaving Facebook. This is not a cry for help. I'm not going to say that I won't be back, because I'm never going to say never. I don't do that to myself, but I'm probably not going to be back. I don't like their privacy policies. I don't like what's going on, and something happened that made me recognize that that social or that screen interaction, that kind of atmosphere interaction that happens over on Facebook, is not necessarily conducive to a group growing in any particular thought process other than more secular and unto itself, and I am one to believe that, coming in contact with different opinions, knowing how to dealing with them, and then, actually settling on them instead of just, arguing away and, doing all that, like if you actually communicate and do a healthy debate, it's a healthy way to understand subjects from all angles, so I think Facebook doesn't really help that happen. I think that the way that Facebook works and the way people are using it, it's not conducive to that. It's conducive more to secluding people in certain thought patterns to stay in those thought patterns and basically associate with other people that are in those thought patterns and create their own little bubbles, and then nobody ever gets anything done because now they don't know how to work with real people. So that's why I'm leaving Facebook, and I don't feel like I'll be back. Inbox me your email address and I will send you my next update through email, because it might take a while for me to get all of my pictures off of Facebook. That's essentially, as long as my pictures are all on Facebook, I'm going to be on Facebook. I have a lot of pictures. I need to get them all moved over. So once I get all that done, I will be deleting the account. Anyway, I hope to hear from all of y'all soon through the messenger service, as long as they have it now, I guess, not on the app or whatever. But yeah, send me your email, and I will stay in contact through email methods. All right, bye.